spit I was spitting? Fuck out. That's my new style. Hey, have a good summer.
Okay, it looks like Kaylee Cresta's ass is on the chopping block today. So without further ado, let's get it.
I don't want to deal with a single mother. I don't want to deal with a woman that's over 200 pounds.
I keep hearing these guys complaining because they're not allowed to have preferences. But you're absolutely allowed to have preferences. You're just not allowed to shame the women that don't meet them.
It never ceases to amaze me how comfortable they are saying complete and utter BS like with a straight face. Like, you do know we got the exact same internet and social media y'all got, right? Which means we can easily destroy that lie with receipts like this.
Some of you are not getting why certain Black women are canceling Michael B. Jordan, or why Black women are concerned about who he's sleeping with, or why they care. And I see people in my comment section saying, oh, well, you know, I thought Black women only cared when Black male celebrities publicly come out and disparage Black women. Why are we canceling Michael B. Jordan if he didn't say anything negative about Black women?
But she said men are allowed to have dating preferences. We're just not allowed to shame the women that don't meet those dating preferences. And I want to know who the hell she thinks she is to tell men what they are and are not allowed to do. And I'm not advocating for men to shame women, but we know damn well if a man got his ass up on the internet and said women are not allowed to shame men for not meeting their dating preferences, these chicks would have broke their fingers to tell this dude, you can't tell women what to do. Women can do what they want. This isn't the 1930s. You've lost your mind. But like I said, we live in the exact same reality that y'all live in. And in this reality, we see women shame men for not meeting their dating preferences every single day. Every single day, we see legions of women get online and talk about how they don't want no broke man, how they don't want no short man, or how they don't want no man with no little wee-wee. And they don't just state these preferences as a matter of fact for the record. They shame and clown men for not meeting them. Every day, thousands of women get their ass online and shame broke men, calling these dudes dusty, calling these dudes bums, calling these dudes scrubs. Hell, TLC even came out with a goddamn song called No Scrubs, shaming and clowning broke men. And damn near 25 years later, No Scrubs is still the #1 anthem that women use to shame broke men to this very day. And guess what, Kaylee? I know your fake, manipulative, hypocritical ass has zero problem with it. Not once have I ever heard one of you can't shame women for not meeting your preferences as chicks say anything to these women like, hey sis, it's okay for you to have your preferences of not wanting a broke man, but it's not okay for you to shame the men who don't meet those preferences. Do you know why? Because y'all don't give a damn about nobody being shamed for not meeting the dating preferences of others as long as it's a heterosexual man being shamed. In which they say, shame on, sis. And not only will you not see a woman coming to check these chicks, but you're going to see all the other women immediately become professional comedians and join in on the shaming and the clowning and take full participation. Because the heterosexual man has become everybody's favorite punching bag in America. Everybody feels 100% comfortable saying whatever the hell they want about the heterosexual man with zero concern of being canceled. Why? Because nobody gives a damn about the heterosexual man. We're expected to take everything on the chin. And this is one of the main reasons why men have become so cold-hearted and don't give a damn about women's feelings no more. Because the overwhelming majority of them showcase the fact that they blatantly don't give a damn about our feelings, what we sensitive about, what we insecure about, none of that. Matter of fact, if they know for a fact you insecure about something or you sensitive about something in particular, that's what they target. And that's when they really go in hard on your ass. And this is exactly why women will call men broke or say they got a little wee-wee, even if they don't know it to be true, because they know men in general are sensitive about those things. And in the spirit of equality, because I know your whole platform is about women's empowerment, Kaylee Cresta, I say y'all learn how to take that shit on the chin just like we do.
You don't want to date a single mother, that's fine. But that doesn't mean there's something wrong with single mothers. And just because you don't want her doesn't mean other people don't.
Do me a favor, sweetheart. Name one person that can't say that shit. A crackhead can say that shit. A prostitute can say that shit. Hell, even a damn HIV patient can say that shit because it's always going to be somebody who wants you no matter what. But I'm 94.2% sure she only said that shit to internalize it and reinforce it to herself as well as the other single mothers who watch her. Like when big black chicks be on it, I'm big, black, beautiful, and loving it, honey, okay, type shit. It's just like they're doing it to force themselves to have confidence. That's not how they truly feel. If they could wake up tomorrow Beyonce size, they would choose that in a heartbeat. They wouldn't be on no I'm big, black, beautiful, and loving it type shit. That's how they psych themselves into having confidence, basically. And this is something that a lot of women do. I've personally experienced this countless times. Where the woman will know that you view her in a way that devalues her to you, whether she's a single mother with a lot of kids or a thought with a rap sheet. What's a rap sheet, you may be wondering? A ratchet ass past. And they'll say shit like, I know how you look at me. I know you think I'm a hoe and you ain't wifing no hoe, but I know my worth. I know I'm a good woman and I know God gonna send me my husband and I'm gonna love him and treat him like a king. And I'm sitting there thinking like, your ass better. Shit, you done seen more dicks than a urologist. That pussy clocking more mileage than an old school box Chevy. But like I said, they do that as a coping mechanism and as a form of brainwashing themselves into having more confidence. Because they know the dudes that they truly desire are significantly less likely to take them serious. Because they know damn well they have less value than they had before. They wouldn't choose the post-child version of themselves over the pre-child version. They wouldn't choose the stretch marks over the no stretch marks. They wouldn't choose the extra weight over the size they was before the kids. And her statement is actually true, but allow me to add some perspective. When you say just because you don't want to date them, it doesn't mean there's something wrong with them, that statement does not begin or end with you. There's men who've dated you that have a reason for why they say what they say and why their preference is their preference. These brothers have plenty of experience with single mothers that make them draw the conclusion that they come to. Countless men have experienced messing with a single mother and her crazy ass baby daddy try to fight you. He threatened to kill you. He bust your tire. All kind of crazy stuff that you go through just because you want to lay up with a single mother. Not to mention, most of us know y'all still be sleeping with y'all baby daddy. They've also experienced these disrespectful, ungrateful, badass kids a lot of these chicks have that they never check. But imagine a man saying this shit for whatever reason. Imagine a broke dude or a 2-inch dude getting his ass behind the camera and saying the same exact shit like, if you don't want to date a broke guy, that's fine. But just because you don't want to date him, it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with broke guys. And it also doesn't mean that other women aren't going to want to date him. They would laugh his ass off of the internet.
Your preference is yours, and your opinion is one of many that don't matter.
It's hilarious how she manipulatively tries to insinuate that preferences ain't shared by millions and even billions of people. For example, most women around the planet prefer a man that's tall, has money, and a big thing. And it would be ridiculous for me to get my ass on this internet and try to act like that's only shared by a few women. Or saying, oh, well, it doesn't matter because I don't need it. You see, I can say, okay, I get why women would have those preferences, even though I may not have all of those qualities, while still retaining confidence for the qualities that I do have. But if our preferences don't matter, why the hell do y'all get so triggered when we state them? Our preference matters to us just like your preference matters to you. But of course you're saying our preferences don't matter when you don't meet it, but when you do meet the preference, you don't never say that shit because y'all be bragging about the fact that you meet the preference, which really just goes to show how manipulative, fake, and disingenuous y'all asses are. It really does.
But you seem to think that your preference determines someone's value, and you try to convince other men that the women you don't want aren't worthy of being wanted. And then you get angry at those women for continuing to be confident without your permission.
Well, my preference does determine someone's value to me and any other like-minded man who agrees with me. This has less to do with men trying to convince other men that the women that they don't want aren't worthy of being wanted, and more to do with the fact that men through experience understand that virtually every man has learned the hard way when it comes to investing more into a woman or women than what they're worth. And because hindsight is 2020, we try to warn other men from making the same mistakes that we made. The exact same way women try to tell other women that they shouldn't put up with XYZ from their man because he's short or he's broke or he got a little wee-wee. Women are notorious for meddling in other women's business and telling them that they should leave their man ain't worthy to be with them, and they can do better. So this chick has zero problem with people telling other people, avoid that, you can do better. She has a problem with men saying, avoid these type of women, you can do better. Because as a woman, she knows firsthand how dumb men are, and she, like other women, want to keep men in this dumb state because it works in their favor. And this is why they hate niggas like me, because they know if every man woke up with my mentality, the game would be over for them. It'd be all messed up, and they would have to get their shit together overnight. See, they would have to come to grips with where they really are in the dating game, because it ain't gonna be no more thirsty tricks and simps giving them all that validation on all levels. And that is absolutely their worst nightmare. That's why they want to silence us so bad. And never in life have I ever seen a man get mad at a woman for having confidence without his permission. That's that typical gaslighting shit that they use as an alternative to reality. You know, the fact that it never ceases to amaze us how these chicks are so arrogant and delusional that they say shit like, you gonna have to work to get this, and they'll have 4 kids by 4 different dudes. A chick actually told my homeboy this. But moving right along.
So it's one thing to know what you want, but it's another thing to bash what you don't. So you're not being ridiculed for having standards. You're being ridiculed for trying to make women feel unattractive if they don't meet your standard of attractiveness.
Oh, you mean like how women who prefer tall guys bash short guys, saying shit like, if you're not at least 6 feet tall, don't ever try to talk to me because you're not even a real man, you're a boy. And women who prefer fit guys tell fat guys, what can I do with you? I can't mess with you, your titty's bigger than mine. You see, Kaylee, we know you, like 99.999% of all other women, have zero problem with people bashing people that aren't their preference. You have a problem with heterosexual men talking about women who aren't their preference. And it is exactly this type of blatant hypocrisy and double standards that make men more and more cold-hearted by the day, because it screams we don't give 2 shits about men's feelings, insecurities, and things they're sensitive about. But God forbid men show the exact same disregard for our feelings, insecurities, and things we're sensitive about. Females like you are like children who shamelessly tease another kid, and as soon as that kid says something back, you want to go run and cry and tell an adult. Unfucking believable.
Got him. We fucking got him.